Hey, this is Joseph here, JohnTheHutDweller. Um, kind of one thing I wanted to talk about. I know, as you can tell, I just woke up. Nice. Um, well, the first three videos, I kind of just woke up and just was like, click, because it's already 7:10 here, 7:10 a.m. And there's somebody, I don't know if you've had this in your life, um, somebody who I care about a lot, who is consistently lying to me. Uh, this person, 5 years ago, we met, we dated, and then it didn't work, and they wound up coming back into my life, and then they've kind of depended on me. It's not like we were sleeping together or anything. It was just just a really good friend, uh, which I know there's a lot of people who can't date somebody and then be their friend, and I get jealous about like if they're going out with somebody. It's like, you know what, if you're not dating somebody, or I mean, and even if you are, just the paranoia just irritates me that some people have just super paranoia, um, which this person had, and it was kind of funny, but it was also just insincere, just trying to make trouble. But regardless of that, there's been certain things where I know um, they're just not. I mean, they're not being honest, and they won't be honest. And you try to talk to them about it and be like, hey, look, this is affecting you too. I don't want to get too much into it. It's kind of a complex thing, but they have one of those things where you ask them and then they kind of get the grin on their face, like, well, and they're trying to be angry, trying to feign angry about it, faux anger, and but then they've got this kind of like kid in the candy jar, with this him cookie jar getting caught, kind of just grin. And it's like, I don't know, but it's hard to get really angry at somebody like that because you look at them and you're like, wow, you're like you're over 30 years old. Well, you're over. I mean, I could say you're over 23. I don't think anybody after the age of 23 really acts like that. This person over 30 years old. And it's like you still pull that. You're still you're still doing that, and then I mean, how mad could you really get at somebody who's incapable of just bearing up to stuff and being like, okay, look, and it's not like it's gonna, just like be like, I mean, oh, this or that, and just okay, I don't care anymore. Give me the truth, you know, and it has nothing to do with the past relationship years ago. Again, I don't want to get too much into it. I know this is kind of an odd video, but I think in those cases, you kind of just have to say that person is kind of a child. They're not grown up. And for me to get angry about that, or well, for me to get angry about that is correct. But for me to get overly like, yelling at them, and no, I'm not doing that. I mean, this person is a good person, and a very nice person. But what am I gonna do? Scream at a wall? I'm not gonna get it right. I'm not gonna get the response at least I would want, or an honest response. I'm gonna get, oh, how do you, I've been this and that, and no, and all this litany of whining, and I haven't been feeling good lately because I was there for her when she had breast cancer. That's kind of what drew us close. Is she had that, and I stuck around, and she knows that. Like I didn't. Other either boyfriends left, or some of her family kind of got irritated with her, and I just kind of irritated the fact of how shallow were those people, first of all, right? Um, but I stuck by her and I was there for her because I figure, I mean, anybody would, well, I would hope anybody would do that, but obviously it's kind of realized some of the darker sides of people in that. And I could pull weight. I was with you when nobody else was, and I'm the one that brought you there, and I'm the one that brought you home from the hospital, and but I don't know. That's too low of a blow. I'm not going to do that. So it's kind of sad. I'm not inter. There's gonna be times where she's gonna call me. I know that. Of just her kind of weird nature of she'll call me up and yell at me or whatever. But it would be not a good thing. It would be a loss to me to just scream at her and be like, this and that, and then again, it's not even there. I mean, it's not. Do I want it? I mean, I don't really want that. It does. It's not worth that. Okay, she's gonna do that, and yeah, it is kind of a slap in the face. But okay, that's the person I'm dealing with now. Wasn't like that uh, before the breast cancer. Wasn't like that really after. But seeing that she could kind of get away with more and more, because I would default on, oh, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She's got this going on. It's traumatic, and everybody's abandoning. And you have sympathy for people, and then they kind of take advantage of that, and you just wind up being very disappointed in them. There is no real anger, um, not anger where you actually would yell or anything like that. But I finally kind of realized the truest sense of the meaning when people say, "I'm not angry at you, I'm disappointed," and I think people misuse that a lot. Uh, but it's strange. I was gonna come on here and say, well, what would you guys do? Just to. But I think I know. I think after making this video, talking this through, I pretty much know what's gonna be done and what I'm going to do. Peace to you, and hopefully you won't have to deal with stuff like this. All right.